And we are back this time with another race preview, this time for the 2023 Monaco Grand Prix. We've got, of course, our predictions coming up at the end of this, as always. We're going to talk about a couple headlines that we're watching out for. But first, let's start this off with a nice, quick little info dump. Edgar, what you got for the people?
All right, let's go. Let's go. All right, so Monaco Grand Prix. This is race 7, which it is still labeled as race 7. I wasn't sure if it was going to kind of slide into round 6 because of the unfortunate tragedy that happened in Italy last week. But it's still round 7, Monaco Grand Prix. We got a 3.337 kilometer track, or more understandably, 2.07 mile track. One DRS zone, and of course, we know it's a street circuit. 78 laps. First race was in 1950. Fastest lap was, you're going to be happy, Lewis Hamilton, 1.12, 0.909, but back in 2021, so in their good days. And then the last podium from 2022 was Perez, Sainz, Verstappen. And we had a wet race last year.
Wet race last year and possibly another one this year based on what I'm seeing. So looking forward to that. We might get a little bit of chaos with that. But here we are again for the 80th year this time. It's a special anniversary for the Monaco Grand Prix, 80 years old, just old enough to be a U.S. politician.
Oh,
But so here, but look, it's of course it's got all of that history. It's got the allure of it all. It is a big deal. You can't deny that at all. But there's the elephant in the room that we have to discuss here, and it's probably the most popular, unpopular opinion you can have, which is Monaco, kind of a boring race.
yeah.
If we prep for it, it's probably not as bad. But man, it's hard to make 78 laps of anything entertaining. So we do have that to look forward to. The narrow streets itself makes it tough for overtaking in a year where it's already been pretty rare to see the overtakes. So it's going to be an interesting weekend just in terms of, I don't know, what kind of race we get, because it's looking a little bleak, but that's just my take on it. Maybe you might zig where I like to zag here. How do you feel about Monaco?
No, I mean, we feel the exact same way about Monaco. There's one of my personal gripes with it was, I think it's still the rule, but they have like a special situation, the organizers of the Grand Prix, where they're in charge of like the broadcasting and the switchboards. And I don't know if you remember, because I think it was 2020. Yeah, I think it was 2020 when I was trying to get you guys into it and we were watching Monaco, and like it was so vivid
I think it
that
was 21.
it was 21. Okay.
2020, I think, was COVID year, got canceled.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Where when overtake was happening, but they cut to like Stroll bouncing over a chicane. And like even the commentators were like, don't know why we're looking at this when an overtake was happening. So that like it's a historic race. Obviously it's a historic race. There's just some weird stuff around it.
Yeah, undeniably, it's one of the races that people who don't even watch F1, they know about it. It's a big deal. It's
Iron Man 2.
exactly iconic scene, by the way. The glitz and the glamour of Monaco, it comes with it. The history of there, like I said, 80 years. But overall, the race probably won't be that entertaining. But let's forget about the past. Let's talk about where we are now. Any headlines that interest you going into this race?
Um, Honestly, just because it's the next few races was Helmut Marko giving Nick DeVries the yellow card. Where he needs to improve in the next few races. We'll see what actually happens from that, but like the fact that that was made public, is interesting.
Definitely not showing a lot of confidence in your rookie, your
Yeah.
28-year-old rookie. But I, I honestly, I'll be completely honest with you. I had no idea where you were going to go with this, and Nick DeVries would have been probably last on my list of headlines that you're watching
Oh,
out for. Mainly because honestly, I at this point sometimes forget that he is out there racing. But no, look, he's. I'm sure he'll have a year to figure this out. It's been, I guess, somewhat disappointing for him. I was waving that flag early for him,
yeah,
but
you were.
it's definitely something to watch. So I guess we have that with Nick DeVries. For me personally, what I'm really looking out for here is the upgrades that have been floated out there. We have Mercedes with a new side pod that has just leaked today. I was taking a look at
Oh,
it, trying to see what I could find there. I think Alpine is also doing something with their floor. So you got teams rolling out these upgrades. Will they actually make a difference? We'll see. We got our
yeah.
predictions coming up. But no, Mercedes is, it was honestly, I had a moment of reflection where it's like, man, this is what Red Bull has done. It is causing me to have the slightest bit of hope from a Mercedes side pod that has just a tiny bit more grooves to it.
Yeah.
This is where we are in the season. But no, I am still looking forward to seeing what they can do with these upgrades. What you got for me here? Let's do our top three
Top
predictions,
three.
our
Okay.
podiums. I'll let you go first.
I'm gonna give first place to Perez again. Let's do it. Let's do it. Second place, go with Alonso. Yeah. And then third place for stopping.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
That
He's
is
got to be
a
on the podium.
that has been a popular podium pairing, but I don't know if we've seen it in that order. So I
Okay.
will go with Max Verstappen P1, Sergio Perez right behind him P2, and now it's either Fernando Alonso or the field, and I'll take the field on this one. I'm gonna go with Carlos Sainz, rounding off the
Wow.
podium here. I think we might expect. I expect to see at least a little bit of chaos. I think we're due for it, probably in qualifying.
Hmm.
And that weather, we don't know what we're gonna get there, but I wouldn't be surprised if that affects things as far as the podium goes. Maybe a couple DNFs here and there.
May I ask, and you do not have to explain yourself. All right. You don't have to explain yourself at all. Why you went with Signs over Leclerc?
So I've been reflecting lately.
Okay.
Carlos Sainz, I feel like I have been unfair to him. I've
Okay.
always said he's good, but not great.
Mm.
I'm willing to say that Carlos Sainz is a great driver. All right, I'll say
All
it.
right. Yeah. There we
All
go.
right, there.
Okay.
Carlos Sainz is a great driver. You can record this, and it is here, and it'll last forever. I
Yeah.
can't take it back.
It's on the record.
Please don't make me look stupid, Carlos. Please. But no, that is my podium. Max, Sergio, and Carlos. Looking forward to this one. And as always, thank you everyone for joining us for another race preview. And of course, we will be right back here with all of the reactions. So make sure to tune in to the Revved Up podcast.
Bye.
Someone's calling me.
Oh.
Let me hold on.